This project has been in the works for at least 6 months now, and I'm very proud to present to you part of Legoland. So starting off with the castle section, you can see there's 2 castle archers here and here. We've got a wizard. Over here we have a Lego space alien, and he is walking that way. We have a jester over here who is currently making Kai from Ninjago very surprised, a Ninjago resident who's just walking over there, and this horse carriage, which I kind of stole from my last big mock. I'll move that out of the way, and you can see a traveling Black Falcon Knight, which is pretty cool. And with some figures removed, it makes it more obvious to see that there is a well over here. You can more clearly see a window here, and some assortment of fruits and vegetables over there, with a big loaf of bread. And for the pirates area, you can see that we actually have Baron von Baron over here, and he's just swinging by that Spider-Man looking rope. Police officer eating a croissant here. You've got an NBA player who actually does, whose feature does still work. It's one of the ones with the springy legs, and he just springs forward. Currently he's holding a phone, so the joke is that he's trying to throw his phone across. I looked at the Pirates of the Caribbean Lego game, and I built the same telescope. And then we have a tourist, just a normal tourist. I thought it'd be nice to add one. I tried to give the place a nice logo with the yellow crab, and there's some white parrots along here for some extra detail. And in the corner of the pirates area, you'll see a bit of mountain, as well as Basil the Batlord, another tourist minifigure, just casual, and an Imperial Navy figure and a pirate figure. Those are all part of a different section that we'll separate and take a look at later. But for now, I want you to focus over here, because this is where we have some other nice stuff. There's some crates, and again, I'll move this Sons of Garmadon minifig and this builder, who are both, well, the builder's custom, but the Sons of Garmadon is directly from the set of the Temple of Resurrection. You can see that there is a stuntman here, and over here is a firefighter. And if you can see past all of those, you can see there's some more crates with fish in them. And in the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean game, you can grab a fish and slap someone with them. So I made sure to add a bunch of crates with bones, bananas, cookies, whatever. And you can just grab them and use them. I want to give you a better look at the inn here. So you can see the rope leading up. There's also the sword of fire, which I've hidden all 4 golden weapons around the area. There's also I guess what you could call a pitchfork, and there's one single oar, and there's a cannon, and that does actually have other bullets just next to it. It's a little hard to see, and I've included multiple flags. And here we have the backs of the castle, and the castle front rather, and the part of the pirate inn. Also, by the way, the assumption for all these builds is that they continue out like this. They don't actually just have an open back. That's for viewing pleasure. So, anyways, here we have someone trying to break into Magisto, the wizard over there, his room. And if I remove him, he's actually got some pretty cool stuff. He's got a book. He's got some potions. Well, he's got a potion and some gems. And over here is the boss. That's where the boss sits. We'll go over him later. This room here can be opened, but it doesn't actually have anything in it. I did consider putting something there, but as of now, there's nothing there, so we'll just throw the robber in. Sweet dreams. And inside, you can see that first we have a pirate here, and you can actually remove these stairs. They're not attached to anything. He's gone. We have the bartender here, who's not really attached to any studs, and she's not attached to any studs either. So maybe, what is she holding? Steroids? We don't know. That is a very nice design. It doesn't really do anything. I thought about putting a fireplace, but then I decided maybe not, just have a random design here. These red flaps are also, they don't really do anything, they're just there. But the bar itself, at least, is pretty nice. It's just 3 barrels on a little sub-assembly, and then there's just some more, bottles and glasses of fruit punch. Over here we have part of what looks to be a very mysterious car crash of a possibly certain police, just part of a car. We have his crashed motorcycle. I didn't want to add any fire. I thought it looked too chaotic, so I just left it like that. And next up we have Team Ninjago over here in this corner. This little, I guess, entranceway, even though you could literally walk anywhere else. The official entranceway, the gateway, actually has some Ninjago prints on the back. So there's one, and here's the other. And I use them, and I just flip them so that on the outside it's normal, but on the inside it's all Ninjago land. It's theirs. So I have another little, not really a reference to LEGO Legacy, but it is a build similar yet my own to LEGO Legacy. So here we have a map. I built this up pretty simply, just using some gray as the base, and I used some green and blue and just sprinkled on some other effects. I do not have a red X piece. If I did, I would have added it. This is a cool minifig I got recently from trading. I'm trying to remember where he came from. I'll put it up on screen somewhere because I don't know the name of him right now. We have a typical LEGO City firefighter here. We have your favorite grandpa. Hello, grandpa. And hiding behind this is actually Santa. So, Merry Christmas. With my heart still rejecting the horse carriage, which holds a Nexo Knight's shield in it, we're going to be taking a look at this. It's representing Team LEGO Adventurers. Now, LEGO Adventurers was the theme way back when. In fact, most of the minifigs that are not custom here are throwbacks to older minifigs from older times. And I just built something custom. This, all these leaves are connected in a way that's really weird, and a lot of these dangling things are either held in by these open studs, or they're just balanced. Kind of like this one. And it makes for a really cool and very good tropical and jungle effect that I think is pretty cool, and it's interesting to try. So I bought the Benny Space Squad set, and I did a review of it on my channel, which you can watch. But that's not important. I did not use the same jet. I actually changed it because I didn't like the way it looked. I used the same piece, that very special 2x4 slope piece with a print on it. Yeah, and then I used some other builds from the set here. This is a real classic space build here, this one. I don't really know what it is, but I like to think that it's just sweeping up something. Oh no, the droid fell over. And inside their little base, well, first off, I kept it open, and I actually used a sliding door. This is, again, my version of an existing set. This man is working on some very important communications, most likely, and he actually, his bottom chin strap broke, which is what Benny's helmet is supposed to represent. And then over here is a little stand for a very special spacesuit. Next up we have Team Ninjago over here in this corner. This little, I guess, entranceway, even though you could literally walk anywhere else. The official entranceway, the gateway, actually has some Ninjago prints on the back. So there's one, and here's the other. And I use them, and I just flip them so that on the outside it's normal, but on the inside it's all Ninjago land. Now the Ninjago section, I actually ran out of time, and I flat out just stuck in the Temple of Resurrection with a few piece changes, mainly because I couldn't find them, also due to time. If you're wondering why, crap. Now, I tried to build the Temple of Resurrection around water and ice primarily, mainly because I thought it'd be cool. You have your second favorite grandpa over here. There's no grandmas in the set, I'm sorry. We have a LEGO Arctic Explorer, or maybe just a LEGO Arctic guy. And we have, holy cow, dude. And we have a painter, and a small scroll over there. Very simple transformation that will only summon the greatest villain in all of Ninjago. How fun. Pull that, and bam. You know, I was hoping that'd be a little more smooth, but you know what, it's okay, because that's how it looks. And these panels on the sides, I know they're supposed to flip out, but they don't, because they would get obstructed by something, so it just doesn't work. But yeah, there's Garmadon. I just kept him there because I didn't see any reason why I would remove him. But yeah. And a couple of minifigs you can't see as easily are the daughter of Sinister Sam and Junkbot, who again will be taking a look at all the minifigs at the end. Pardon me while I have to remove the Maniac from here, who is a blue Nexo Knight. But yes, we now have... I don't really know what this section is. This is just a cool build that I thought of making. I suppose it's most related to LEGO Adventurers. I did put Sinister Sam there, so yeah. But, I mean, at the very least, it's cool, and that's all that matters. So we have two Anubises, Anubai. I need help in the comment section. But yeah, no, we have some other very nice details, such as a Power Miners minifig. There's just a girl eating her ice cream, just sitting on top of it. And a feature like in the LEGO Adventurers set is there's a little knob on the other side. Here, I'll remove these two minifigs from Ninjago. I'll remove them both. And the front of the Sphinx is pretty cool. Obviously, it is nowhere close to minifig scale. That is because I do not have the pieces to make a full-scale version. But yeah, there you go. It's not really close, but you can do a cool thing where you remove the front. So let's take this out. And this didn't get loaded in properly, but you can remove that. And you've got, well, not really a mummy, but in this case, it is someone who's trying to possibly preserve the teachings of the mummy, and he is there to scare away anyone who is there to steal anything. So you could say that the ruby on the front is more of bait than anything, and he's trying to protect it or maybe whatever else is inside. And then last, and certainly not least for this side, we have the all-important pizza shop. Now this shop was seen in an animation that I did for my last video. You can check that out if you want. It's pretty short, so it won't take much of your time. But it's just your typical, or perhaps I should say, stereotypical Italian pizza place. If I remove this Anubis statue, which is almost identical to the one next to it, you can see a little better. We have a resident from the Ninjago village over here, in the Ninjago realm. We have a princess who is probably from the castle era. We have a space fan, another one. This one is a super fan because he's all dressed up even more than just wearing a t-shirt. And over here we have a classic looking Lego chef. And by removing the princess, we can see just a little bit better inside. Not all that much better. But if you can see that, he looks a little familiar maybe, and I'll have to shine some light behind him, because that is none other than Pepperoni. So Pepperoni from Lego Island, the Lego Island games, he makes an appearance here. I thought it'd be really funny if I just added him in his actual working job, and yeah, there he is. And over here, well actually the back is covered by a small section. It's a mix of lifeguards and dinos. So here's an old 2012 dino set with the bait here, and we have a custom speedboat that I built. I did have to use some parts from it for another build, so you know, this is still pretty solid. And over here we have some very interesting figures we will look at later. And over here we have a classic diving little submarine build, which I think is pretty cool. It's got this little flap back here, you can open and close, and then you can open the front just like so. I used Lego Ninjago movie Kai's torso for that, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually built this because I found this in a pile of Lego. Yeah, and I probably should have mentioned this, but the interior of this is the same as it was in the set, and the weapons are still here with the masks on pretty much everywhere, as you can see right there. And here you can see the back of the pizza place, which, to be fair, most of it is covered by this big kitchen area. You can see the nunchucks of lightning I just stored up here. So that is 2 golden weapons we have now found. And I can remove this to show you the flooring. It's pretty simple. There is a small telephone over here, and then Pepperoni is inside. And if you remove him, you can actually see the cash register just over here, and then a lever, which I used as a microphone for speaking and telling customers when their order is ready. If we look just a little beyond where the big vehicles were, we can see that there's a very interesting lineup. You can see this big orange banner. Where's that one? You can see this big orange banner. You can see this big orange banner here, along with rows of what appears to be headpieces. And this is, again, very much like Lego games. So you just choose your headpiece or, equipment like a jetpack or, floaty. You even have some, they even have a classic Lego game lever and a crate full of several items. Most likely just handheld equipment like pots and pans. And then here we have a massive safe, which is where all your credits will be deposited once you have made your purchase. I have flipped the last segment, and that is because it is the only segment that is not connected. You can see this can all move, so I just flipped it the other way so you can have a very easy look at it. The whole mountain measures a whole base plate's like a big base plate length. So over here you can see a man who I like to call the Royal Archer. Over here is very, very scared, and this man very casually walks by him, knowing he's in peril. But don't worry, there is a rescue officer down below. Yeah, he's there to save him, so he should be okay. And here we have just a normal tourist and a spider. And you can also see that there's a banner for this evil lair. Some candles over here, and those blinds are just a little open, and that will scare anyone out. And here is the other side of it, and we'll take a look at the top a little more in just a quick minute, but I do want to show you this side. So first we have Chase McGee from Lego City Undercover. On the inside, Cole, and he is fighting one of the skeletons. Taking a closer look at, I suppose, what you could call the second level of this build. You'll be very confused to find a pirate and a pig. This is using one of those older style Lego launchers. You hold this and then it just launches your minifig. I just put a pig there. For those that know, they know. And yeah, the pig is trying to get the leaf, and before he does that, you can just launch him. Here we have just a big legion of skeletons, Grahoma and all of them. They tried to make the best use of the red and black color scheme with just a hint of gold here and there. There's some nice spiral staircase leading up, and this whole bit here is a walkway. This is a jail cell up here, and here is the back of the castle, or I guess the fortress, if you want to call it that, the fortress. Here we have the blacksmith's area. So there's a little power hammer here, and a nice anvil build. And this is actually a missile from a Lego Batman set from 2012. There's more to the blacksmith shop over there, a coffee mug for when it gets tired. We have a little invasion over here. You see, it's kind of hard to see, but right around, let's see if I can get it right with my arrow. It's right around there. There's a little hole, and the idea is that these guys broke in, and they're trying to rescue the king. They are not from the same castle legion as the king, who the king himself is a lion knight. These guys are, I don't really know the name, but it's a crown. But yeah, they have an alliance, and they're trying to free him. There's a single skeleton very, very bravely fending them off with nothing more than a shovel. Nia here trying to free the king himself and possibly slay the dragon, who is currently chained. This is not tense gritty because the dragon's chin is actually resting on the top of the fortress. You can see the bit of walkway the skeletons have. It's 3 studs, which I think is like the perfect amount for a walkway. It's not too big, not too small, but it's enough to give your minifigs enough comfortable room to walk. And if we remove Nia here, you can see that Lion Knight shield just resting there, waiting to be picked up and used in combat. Here is the Sorcerer's Lab. If we just take this spiderweb down a notch, you can just see a little bit there. He's got a torch, a crystal over here, and another odd substance. And then here he has an egg, which in this universe is a dinosaur egg that he stole from the Velociraptor. And you'll see that Velociraptor later on when I give you the close-ups. And here is the final big part that I have not reviewed yet. This is the LEGO Blacktron base, or the bad guy space base. So first off, we have a very big ship which I can remove. It is my custom version of a ship that was already made by LEGO. It is an original Blacktron ship. But with that removed, you can see just a little bit of rock work here. I tried to keep this open for the ship. We have a Blacktron minifig. For those of you who don't know, this is what they look like. Smiley face. I gave them a normal dark visor. Really, they would have a black visor. And he is asleep on the job. Get back to work. Blacktron droid here. And this droid is just picking up some crates. To the left of the droid are some communications that are currently ongoing. Just some basic wiring and such. You can see a big pipe going that way. And some other cool stuff is this big waterfall right here. It's contained and it's small, but it's cool. And we have a little rover here. You can actually bring this out, and you can angle this like so. And then you can shoot off your little, I guess, rocket sensor. There's a crate back there. And over here, someone is getting arrested by the space police, who is a very cool minifig. There's a logging computer back there. And then there's the floating asteroid bank, which you can actually spin just a little bit. Just get a better angle. Yeah, there you go. We have a TNT bit over there. That is a princess from the pirate era. Okay, the pirates. This is an evil space lady. And this guy over here is actually a rock raider. He is not, the face and hair are not from the rock raiders, but his torso and legs are. And in the corner over here, we have a Galaxy Space Squad Enforcer. I think that's his name. But yeah, he's a very special minifig. I believe he only came in a CMF series. So that's really cool to have him. And last but not least are the small side builds, such as this race going on here, which uses two, well, this is a set on its own, and this is part of a set. They are racing for just the ultimate racing competition. You can see there's a trophy there, the end of the race flag, and a podium. Team Ninja, Half-Eaten Man on Carriage, Team Garmadon, Backstreet Jang Bricks, Team Everyday Ninjago Citizens, This One Aqua Guy, Team Superfan, Miner A, The Cooler Miners, Team Thunder, Team Bon Varen, Team Black Falcon, Team Lion Knight, Team Fortress Infiltration, Team Imperial, Team Tourist, Mentally Unstable Man, Explosive Man, Team Racers, Team Alcoholics, Team Pizza, Team Water, Your Favorite Grandpa, Your Second Favorite Grandpa, This Lava Monster, Mummy Preserver, Ice Cream Girl, Steroids Lady, NBA Star, Team Pirate, Failed Firefighter, Team City, Cool Ultra Agents Hero, Even Cooler Ultra Agents Villain, Team Dino, Chad Rock Raider Fan, Team Business, Chad Number 2, Team Monster, Space Police, Team Classic Space, Team Evil Space, and last but not least, we have Team Evil Castle.